Let's move on to Elon Musk. He has sold, well, a lot of Tesla shares. In fact, almost $7 billion worth. That was between Friday and Tuesday.
Well, but, he did call at the April, let's get this straight, at the shareholders meeting on August 4th, he said this is a buying opportunity. And he also said that he might want to do buybacks. They're on the table. So he gave you a great opportunity to get in.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
In this video, Jim Cramer gets absolutely murdered by the Financial Times in one of the funniest takedowns I have ever seen. Ford CEO takes a jab at Elon Musk and Tesla. The mainstream finance media react to Elon Musk selling Tesla stock, and Tesla stock itself has a very strong day. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. So I posted this poll yesterday on Twitter, less than 1 hour before the market opened, asking Tesla stock when pre-market trading begins. Up, very up, flat, or down. Didn't take long to find out. Tesla stock was very up before cratering and then rebounding, actually closing the day up nearly 4%. The green wasn't just limited to Tesla stock, however. The Nasdaq 100 up nearly 3%. Apple stock today up almost 3%. Amazon stock today up 3.5%. Google stock today almost 3%. Rivian stock up almost 2%. Lucid stock up over 4%. The Bell Curve Manifest up 0.43%. And ARK's Innovation ETF up a whopping 7.37%. I'm not going to make you guys and girls wait any longer. This is just absolutely classic. We are literally on the Financial Times website. This isn't a G-up. This is real. I mean, actually real. Title, Jim Cramer, an apology. Peak oops. No comment. Featuring a tweet from Jim Cramer. Waiting for the Financial Times to apologize for trashing me when I said we have peak inflation. I think their insulting words actually are not funny. Financial Times responding. To whom it may concern. In a previous Alphaville post, we may have implied that Jim Cramer's peak inflation call was a reverse indicator for our readers. We regret the error. It was not our intention to give Cramer's opinions any credence whatsoever. This is just amazing. I mean, actually amazing. Today we learned that US consumer prices rose 8.5% in July from last year. That is manifestly lower than the 9.1% reading from June. Financial Times in full troll mode. Based on this single data point, and having now accepted that the core measure of CPI is likely to prove more transient than a CNBS presenter's umbrage, we pledge to never again try to predict peak Jim Cramer. This is actually real. What an absolute burn. Now, full disclosure, I actually, generally speaking, have a lot of respect for Financial Times, one of the few mainstream media outlets that don't spew nothing but FUD. In fact, the Financial Times even reached out to YouTube to try to help some small YouTubers when the definitely not a fraudulent company, definitely without vaporware products, and definitely not trying to lure in dopey retail investors, Nikola Real Truck Motors, began copyright striking small channels in an effort to scrub the internet of the footage in which they literally rolled a truck down a hill trying to mislead and deceive people into believing it was moving under its own propulsion. Financial Times actually stepped in, got in contact with YouTube and tried to help these guys and girls out. Bet you're not going to see that from the Ball Seep Journal, or the New York Crimes, or CNBS, or the Yahoos at Yahoo Finance, or basically anywhere else. I tell you what though, this is an amazing takedown. Now for those of you who don't know, there's an ongoing joke that's actually not really a joke because it tends to be grounded in reality. That Jim Cramer's comments are literal reverse indicators. Just do the opposite of what Cramer says and generally speaking, you'll probably do okay. The truth be told, I don't pay any attention to what Jim Cramer has to say except as it relates to Elon Musk and Tesla, so I don't know if this is true. But this is the guy that said you don't want to buy Tesla stock, you don't even want to rent Tesla stock back at the IPO. I don't know, it was like $5-6 a share. Good call, Cramer. The same guy that's been banging the drum saying that Ford's going to crush Tesla. Anyway, just wanted to give credit where it's due. This was amazing to see. And don't get me wrong here. I've got nothing against Jim Cramer. When your job is to know a little bit about a lot, you end up making calls like Cramer. I tend to stay in my lane. You guys might have noticed that. My track record at this point in time is literally flawless. But that's not because I'm a genius. It's because I shut the fuck up unless I really know what I'm talking about. Nikola looks like a fraud. Fraudstown Motors looks like a fraud. Lucid and Rivian's valuations are fucking insane. Tesla stock to the moon. And that's basically everything I've called and predicted on this channel in the first almost 3 years of its existence. So don't hate on Cramer. His job is to talk, not to know. So hey, Don't hate the guy. He's doing his best. Hey Jim, you need to talk about literally every company on the planet, every earnings on the planet, every stock on the planet. What's your opinion? Should we buy or sell? Jim, please tell us, because you know everything. So again, it's not his fault he doesn't know anything about anything, because his job is to know nothing about everything. That's his job. So don't hate on the guy. And because he talks so much about so much, he does occasionally get it right. And speak of the devil, over to you, Jim.
All right, let's move on to Elon Musk. He has sold, well, a lot of Tesla shares. In fact, almost $7 billion worth. That was between Friday and Tuesday. That's according to a regulatory filing. This, of course, amidst his battle to exit what is that $44 billion deal that he has signed, that contract to buy Twitter. When asked on Twitter if he was finished selling Tesla shares, Musk replied, and this is a great tweet if you're interested in what's going to happen here. Yes, in the hopefully unlikely event that Twitter forces this deal and to close, some equity partners don't come through, it's important to avoid an emergency sale of Tesla stock. Fascinating stuff, of course, from Mr. Musk. By the way, I will say, I on Monday pointed out the big move up in Tesla shares and the fact that if, in fact, there were going to be some sort of a settlement, he might want to sell right now. And, in fact, he was doing it at that very moment, Jim.
Well, but, he did call at the April, let's get this straight, at the shareholders meeting on August 4th, he said this is a buying opportunity. And he also said that he might want to do buybacks. They're on the table. So he gave you a great opportunity to get in.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Cramer is absolutely right. I had this exact conversation with a friend literally yesterday on this shareholder meeting. Elon Musk. Hey guys, instead of crying in the corner like a little bitch when your Tesla stock's down, buying opportunity. Next minute, Tesla stock crashes. Elon Musk's sales are planned. They sell. Tesla stock comes down. Some people cry in the corner like a bitch and other people buy the dip. Let me know in the comments below. What did you guys and girls do? Anyone pick up any Tesla stock over the last few days when Elon was selling? Full disclosure, I've been buying with every spare cent all year. I mean, literally all year and literally with every spare cent. My average buy price in 2022 for Tesla stock is $808 per share. I'm not trying to buy the dip, waiting and timing it. Just have money, I buy Tesla stock. Pretty simple.
Take a listen.
Depending on what our future cash flow looks like, I think a sort of share buyback is possible. I wouldn't want to commit to that, but let's just make sure that there's not some force majeure event somewhere. I think we want to make sure we have plenty of capital, and that future cash flow is looking very solid, and the world is relatively stable. And then I think share buyback is on the table.
All right, I understand. So he was being quite bullish on the company's stock to a certain extent, is your point. And then he was selling not long after that. Obviously, he still owns, 15+% of the company's shares. He will get more. In fact, some of the selling, remember, that took place earlier this year or last year was in part to pay taxes as a result of him exercising options. But this was clearly to get himself ready. And as he says, hopefully the unlikely event that he has to buy Twitter. Of course, as we pointed out, if in fact this does go to trial, many people who actually have studied the case thus far, and there's a lot we don't know still, expect that he very well may be forced by the chancellor.
Don't you think?
Just a quick comment regarding the Twitter deal. This is one of those strange situations where I find myself adamant. I know how things are going to play out. Yet almost everyone else, all the so-called experts, have a different belief. Things play out differently. I said this from day one. It's pretty simple. Unless the judge is corrupt, Elon won't be forced to buy this deal unless Twitter can. And this is a big unless, which they currently appear unwilling to do, unless Twitter can verify to substantiate their claims quarter after quarter that less than 5% of our daily monetizable active users are bots. You see, when Elon made the offer, he made the offer based on Twitter's public statements. Things that you file with the SEC that have to be true. If not, you're committing fraud, securities fraud. And Elon wanted a little bit of clarification. Can you guys explain exactly how you calculate this number? Maybe I can see the data and figure it out myself. Twitter first refused to provide the data, then provide some that had already been cleaned, blah, 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 blah. From my perspective, it seems like Twitter's trying to avoid actually substantiating these claims because they know that they've been committing securities fraud quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe they will come up and say, look, here's exactly how we calculated. Here's the data. Look, proof. And Elon goes, oh, you proved it, great, no problems, I'll buy the deal. But I don't see any scenario, except those involving corruption on the part of the judge and or the legal system, in which Elon is forced to buy Twitter without Twitter first having substantiated their claims around bots being less than 5% of active users. If Twitter fails to substantiate these claims, Elon is well within his rights to walk. He's not getting what he paid for. Yet people don't seem to understand this. I don't hear any conversation about this. All I hear is a bunch of people who feel unworthy or have some kind of issues projecting their hatred onto Elon, hoping he fails, suggesting of course he's going to be forced to buy it. He waived his due diligence right, rah, rah, rah. People whose brains just have literally disengaged. It's one of those situations I just don't really understand why people aren't seeing it from this perspective. I mean, it's really not that hard, not that difficult. I think the only people who are getting stuck at the whole, well, he waived his right to due diligence, are the kind of people that just want to see Elon fail and they can't get past their own emotional biases. That being said, I do believe it is possible that Elon will be forced to buy this deal. Like I said, starts with C and ends in eruption. That's possible. Hopefully not, but it will be the first example of such. Anyway, moving on.
Sale of stock is a sign that perhaps he may think too.
I have continued to wonder whether at some point we're going to start to get some back channeling on a settlement. I don't think that's occurring as of yet, but I can't say with 100% certainty it isn't. But this, to me, does feel like something you would do to prepare for that possibility.
Yeah, I went to Dave Anderson.
The fact that the stock keeps, by the way, moving up, Jim, and is now, 44.40. There was a while where you could have gone to settlement talks and said, well, the stock's 36. I'll give you 45. Now you're looking at, probably something with a 5 in front of it. Even if Twitter's board were willing to do that, they continue to say they feel extraordinarily strongly about their case, and they are happy to take it to court. One other thought here on this as well, specific to the potential case itself. He also tweeted about the possibility of starting a competitor to Twitter. And it was pointed out to me as well that this doesn't help him in terms of his legal team getting documents because as they obviously continue to try to do that from the company, because the company can legitimately say to the judge, we'll allow discovery on things that have to do specifically with the merger agreement, perhaps, but we're not going to give him documents that might allow him to understand what we're doing if he's going to be starting a competitor. And so he may have, in fact, also, as a result of that tweet, hurt his legal team's ability to get a hold of certain things, possibly.
I do want to take a moment here. It's kind of funny. For some strange reason, a lot of folks, and by the way, I'm not suggesting in this particular case it's true, but a lot of folks, Elon Musk says something honest. The truth is fully transparent to his own detriment. This is a recurring theme. Radical transparency and honesty. This is why I appreciate and respect Elon Musk so much. The guy says what he means. He means what he says. He doesn't try to hide things or obscure the truth. David's right. This may be potentially detrimental to Elon in terms of looking through some documents and data on Twitter's end during this case, but Elon's just an honest guy. And by the way, I know there's a few Poindexters reading the comments, oh, Elon's full self-driving, bruh. Being bad at estimating things that have never been done before in terms of timelines, that's not dishonest, deceptive, that's not lying, that's being bad at predicting things that have never been done before. There may also be a few Poindexters ready to talk about Elon, saying that he had no more planned sales of Tesla stock. See, he said no more planned sales and then he sold more. The operative word there being planned. There's many people currently living in their mum's basement short Tesla stock who see a comment from Elon Musk saying there's no more planned sales of Tesla stock because you literally need to plan these things. Forms have to be filed. You don't just press sell on the day. This is the process. You literally plan your sales days, even sometimes weeks ahead of time. Words matter. Many of these Tesla Q virgins will immediately accuse Elon Musk of being a liar and a fraud and dishonest because he said there were no more planned sales of Tesla stock, and then there was a sale of Tesla stock. The operative word once again being planned. It's important to understand this because there's a huge number of people, admittedly every single one of them currently living in their mum's basement and or hating themselves, it's just true, who believe Elon Musk is a fundamentally dishonest person. They're so daft, so blinded by their own emotions, their projection of their own self-hatred onto Elon Musk, their own negative qualities, their own dishonesty. They have confirmation bias. They're trying to find examples of Elon Musk lying to people, and this will be one of those examples. See, he lied. Look, he said no more planned sales. Tiny brain's got a tiny brain. Anyway, let's move on.
Twitter will tell you they gave him everything because they want him to buy it.
Yep.
They certainly don't want to be in stand in the way. The Brett Taylor, the attack on him last week was extraordinary. I think the sale of stock, I like Nate Anderson Hindenburg, who's been dead right on this, upgraded at 30. Sale of stock indicates that he's probably getting some legal advice saying, listen, you are going to be hung. I think if you just pay them and to not buy it, that's a suboptimal situation.
Yeah. And the other thing is his equity partners, remember a lot of them there. It was an interesting part of that tweet as well, this idea that some of them may not show up. Now,
yes.
By the way, if you were to lower the price, my understanding is they have the opportunity to say, see you later.
Now, this may be true. Maybe something in the contract could actually say if the price of the deal isn't this exact amount previously agreed upon, blah, 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 then some partners can walk. But the stupidity of this, I mean, let's think about this. If you agree to provide some equity to help fund this deal at a certain price, and then the price is renegotiated lower, and then you use that as an opportunity to walk away on a deal you're previously interested in at a higher price, you'd have to be suffering from some form of brain damage, right? And now this from Ford CEO Jim Farley.
We're really on a mission at Ford to lead an electric and digital revolution for many, not few. And I have to say, the shining light for us at Ford is this beautiful Lightning made right down the road in Dearborn, right here in the state of Michigan. Already the leader of all EV pickup trucks in our industry in the United States. Take that, Elon Musk.
I think Sawyer Merritt summed this one up perfectly. This will not age well. Now, in fairness, the very fact that Jim Farley is mentioning Elon Musk and Tesla, it's a good sign. They understand and respect the market leader. It's an opportunity to take a friendly jab. Tesla doesn't have a pickup truck on the market yet, hence the whole this won't age well. So good on Ford for having a go and poking the bear just a little bit while they can. Just wait to see what happens when Cybertrucks start hitting roads. And now just finally, a couple of quick clips to show the chalk and cheese in the mainstream finance media. Kind of comments and headlines that perpetuate misinformation about Tesla and Elon Musk versus someone who actually knows what the fuck he is talking about.
He said 4 months ago he wasn't selling any more Tesla shares and he sold almost $7 billion. And then he says again, he's not selling anymore. What's the story here?
Clueless. This bothers me. Elon didn't say he's not selling any more Tesla stock. He literally said that he didn't have any more planned sales. Of course, people watch Bloomberg. Oh, they know what they're talking about. Elon's a liar. He said he wasn't selling more Tesla stock and then he sold Tesla stock. What a fraud. Fuck you, Elon. And now, got to give credit where it's due. From clueless to clued in.
8 million shares, I believe it's worth about $6.9 billion that he sold. And this was after he said that he wasn't going to sell any more shares.
Said he wasn't any planned sales.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Amazing. Someone in the mainstream finance media covering Tesla who actually knows what the fuck is going on and can fact check in real time. Round of applause to Praz, and I really do mean that. I've noticed over the past few months in particular, Praz actually knows what's going on. Legit. I shouldn't be impressed, but this is rare indeed when it comes to the mainstream finance media and anything to do with Elon Musk, let alone Tesla. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Praz is actually watching YouTube videos and reading tweets on Twitter, as opposed to literally everyone else in the mainstream finance media. Hopefully, we'll see more of this in the future. Hope you guys and girls have enjoyed the video. Absolutely hilarious to see the Financial Times take a dump right across the face of Jim Flip-Flop Cramer. Also hilarious to watch Jim Farley of Ford, their CEO, taking a lighthearted jab at Elon Musk while he still can. And Tesla stock having a great day, but I still want to repeat one more time, in my opinion, still the best risk-adjusted opportunity that I'm aware of in the stock market. And lastly, don't forget you can join Patreon with the card in the corner or the link at the pinned comment. Gain instant access to well over 100 Q&A videos, dozens of other videos and perks, plus instant up-to-date access to my Tesla stock price targets out over the next decade. So I'll see you over on Patreon. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.